happy camp. We were just talking about how we completely abandoned our camp plans and are doing something new.
Yep. Yeah. I just don't know what I'm doing at this point. I'm like, my desk is a mess, my mind is a mess, my projects are a mess, and my notebook has run out of space. So
I'm right there with you. I started out just laser focused, right? I'm like, okay,
yeah.
Hexsphere edits this month, that's it. And then I don't know, like 2 days ago, I was like, they're going fine. It's not like I'm running into like moments where I'm like, oh, I'm screwed. This is going to be terrible. It's just
Getting bored.
I have like this like crisis of faith where I'm all like, okay, I've self-published whatever 17 books, and I just am not good at marketing. And the reason is that all of my books, pretty much all of my books, have like, what do I pick? What do I market? Do I market the world because it's like a crazy world, or do I market the story? And somewhere in between is what you're supposed to do, but I can't. And Hexsphere is exactly the same. So when I think about it, I'm like, I don't even know how to market this, and I'm editing this and planning on releasing it. Like, I think I need to take and actually maybe focus on story ideas that I have that are very marketable, like a writing to market type thing. You know what I mean? Because I've done it the other way, and I obviously really struggle with that. So maybe I should try it this way. You know what I mean? So that's where my brain is at.
Man, we could do an entire stream just talking about marketing
Oh
because
God.
I have so much. So what's sitting right in front of me is these, which were for my show that I did a while back.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna do it again. I just haven't got around to organizing it. But like, so I'm doing, I don't know, we actually didn't get to talk about this before we went on air, but I'm doing a short business, short course, business course.
Oh, right.
Thing
Yes.
at the moment.
Yeah.
And there is like so much marketing stuff that I was like, I knew, but putting it into like, it sort of reframed it a little bit.
Okay.
And so yesterday, if I'm a little tired and start yawning, it's because yesterday I had a presentation which I left to the last minute. The last minute being 4:20 a.m. the morning before.
I cannot picture that happening with you. I just can't.
Yeah, I wonder how that happened. So yesterday I was like running on like 3 hours sleep, did a presentation for like half an hour, then had half an hour of feedback on the presentation, and then slept for the rest of the day.
Oh my God.
But the really cool thing about it is like one of the things that we fucked up on the show majorly. Also, apologies, I just realized I swear quite a lot and I didn't check what the modus operandi.
Oh, I don't even know how that works, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, just blame it on the Australian accent.
That's right. I don't know what she was saying.
It's just our extended vocabulary.
Yeah.
But like what was I saying? Marketing. One of the things we fucked up on the show was like we were pretty much fully expecting to get cancelled a third time because of the 2 previous attempts had been cancelled because of COVID and lockdowns. We ended up in lockdown, and then like 4 weeks before we're due to go on, Omicron kicks off and it's the massive wave is going up, and we're like,
oh God.
But then they didn't lock down again. They
oh wow,
they just pulled in some stuff. So the week before we realized, oh shit, we're actually going on and we haven't done any marketing. And because we'd like almost gone on 2 times before, we're sort of so in the habit of getting ready to go on that we'd forgotten all of the marketing stuff that we planned to do. So it was very last minute. And we still made a very small profit, but because we hadn't marketed properly and because it was in the middle of a time when no one really wanted to leave the house, it's sort of it could have done better, but it could have done a lot worse, I think. But having having the small business course stuff, there's a whole heap of stuff going
Oh
through
man, you're
there.
gonna have to tell me, man.
Oh, this would be so useful.
Yes. Well, any and all information send my way, because that's just my big, like, as Maggie is saying, she says she's super sucks at marketing too. It's just, it's so, I don't know, like, it's just something I've always struggled with, and it's like, I don't know. And wait, hang on a second. And I'm such a genre slut that I only have one series as a clear genre. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
I have clear genres, like mine are definitely YA paranormal, but I just, it's so, for some reason, and maybe it isn't hard, it's just hard for me, you know what I mean? Like maybe somebody who's really good at
I don't
marketing is
think
all like, yeah.
I don't think it's just you. I think it's probably a more general writer thing, and that we're more focused on writing the thing than selling the thing. And that's
Yeah.
why, like, particularly in Trad Pub, they have whole
Yeah.
teams dedicated to pitching and marketing and all of that. So when you're doing it all by
Yeah.
yourself, it's really hard.
It is. And even sometimes you see with a lot of traditionally published books, even when they have the whole freaking, you know, backing of the publisher, where they've gotten great press and great, you know, lists and all that stuff, and then the book still doesn't do well. So it really also just depends on what people are into. It's just, it's such a,
Yeah.
it's such a crapshoot. It really is. Oh, hey, Jessica.
Yeah.
I didn't say hello to everybody though, but hi, Maggie. Obviously, we said hi to Maggie. And hello, MK. And then, yeah, then Jessica, hello. And marketing is tedious. The word you're looking for is tedious. It is. I wish I was better at it. I mean, it's like when it clicks though, it's fun.
Yeah, it's really good.
You know, like when you're like see actual results, like if you do a really good ad or something like that, and you actually are, you know, you're making more than you're spending.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, this is fun. I love this. And then it's just so constant that I think it's like it really is almost like a full-time job.
Oh, absolutely. And I think the next time I do like a big show, I'm gonna try and hire someone to come on board just to do marketing and promotion stuff. Like, I really need to try and find a PR manager.
Yeah, I think that's the key. I was actually talking to Emily Bourne about that the other day, where it's all like, maybe the best idea is just, I mean, you know, assuming you can find an affordable person, but like,
Yeah,
you know, hiring somebody to do all of that for you, because, you know.
Yeah. And like, I did get a producer on to do everything.
Oh,
but,
nice.
They were doing everything like that I wasn't doing.
Wow.
So I was doing the writing, performing, remembering everything, and trying to help it stay on track.
Yeah.
So she was having to keep me on track, and then manage everything with the venue, everything with like promo and everything. We did get, the only other person involved was my friend Stephen, who actually did all of the graphics. So he did the graphic design and collateral design.
Yeah.
So if you like the look of these things, people, go hire Stephen Amos. He's excellent.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
I mean, so
it's
he
for the
did
vibe
the photography
too
as well.
Yeah.
It was really good, yeah. So he did all of that, but he didn't want to do any of the actual managing the stuff, which is absolutely fair enough, because no one wants to do that.
I know.
And then Emma was handling everything else, and we really, I think, needed another person, because it was meant to go on in August, and then when it got postponed multiple times, then it started having, like, we all had other time commitments and everything as well to manage. So
yeah.
So even from that side, then it became more difficult for Emma to stay on top of things, because she's got like a whole venue that she's managing, that she's just opened. And oh man, crazy times.
Oh no. Oh
yeah.
Hey Jenna. Marketing is fun for me, but it takes so much time away from writing the videos, the posts. It's just so time consuming. That's the issue I'm running into too. It's like it takes away from the fun of creating and writing. Can't hire someone until my books make me enough money, which I can't get without marketing. Catch-22. Ain't that the truth?
Yeah. That is the tough thing. Like, the difference between shows and books, I think, is that it requires like different marketing, but it also requires a lot more upfront investment.
Right.
I mean, shows do as well, but like there's a quicker turnaround and a quicker return. And
Right.
the way that we did it, there's a venue in Melbourne called the Butterfly Club, and they
Okay.
actually, they're a fantastic venue for starters. But the way that they run is really supportive of like new and emerging artists in that they just take 50% of box office and don't charge upfront venue costs, whereas other venues you might have to pay like $1,000 upfront.
Right.
So I think our venue fees for my run would have amounted to about $600 and something, which was like 50% of the total box office. And then me and Emma ended up with about an extra $75 in our pocket after we covered all of the festival fees and stuff. So it was like, yay, it's nice, but that's a year's worth of work.
I know.
So,
I know.
Gotta make money on the tour. But yeah. But it was good though. It was a good experience.
For the art, damn it.
For the art, yeah. We'll get all the cash back when we do remounts because then everything's done. And we got Emma works with a place out in Stratford, which is like a local theatre, and they were applying for funding for like a bunch of different things, and they got it. And so that part of their funding thing was hiring us to come down and do one night of the show.
Ooh.
So sometime in August we'll do that. And the irony is we're getting paid a set fee, so we'll both make more off the single night than we did off the entire first run of the show.
That's so funny.
It's quite ironic, but it's quite nice to have that coming up.
Oh my gosh. Well, what is everybody working on for camp, right? And like, what are you working on? Let's
that is an excellent question.
Yes.
I have multiple options. I can dive back in and try and figure out what the hell I'm doing next in this vampire show.
Okay.
Or I can pick up the project space, which I haven't looked at in a couple of weeks. And there's probably plenty to do there and actually a lot of interesting stuff. Or I can pick up Midsummer Night's Piracy. See, I have a lot of projects. And this is why nothing gets finished.
Yeah, well, but sometimes working on multiple projects gets everything finished at the same time, because I mean, that's how for me, like if I know I'm moving ahead in each project, eventually they'll get finished.
This is true. This is very true. I'm probably going to open both, like the sci-fi and the vampire one, and then just read over wherever it's open and see what piques my interest the most. And go with that.
Okay, yeah, I've got two up as well, and so I'm just as soon as we start the timer, I'm gonna just look at both and then decide which one to do. Okay, we'll say hi to everybody that's come in because we got Shay came in. Yay! You're not late at all. Hello.
Is it just never late?
I don't know what I'd do without Shay, man. I'm telling you, we like text every day, and I'm all like, "Help me!"
Yeah.
It was funny because we had the same epiphany the other day too when we were texting. It was like I was all like, I don't want to work on this anymore. I don't want to work on this anymore. I don't want to. And she's like, I know, right? And then weirdly, separately, I had the thing of like, you know what? I'm just gonna do these, writing to market and blah 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 blah. And she's like, oh my god, I just found out about this contest that I'm gonna enter on the 15th. And it was like this, and it was like, oh my god, we just had epiphanies separately at the same time.
Meanwhile, I'm over here on the other side of the world being like, oh, that's what my target audience for these shows is.
Right? You're like, all right.
There's something in the water.
Oh, this is Stream Hoppers Unite, right? There's probably I'm sure there's a ton of with Nano. I'm sure. I'm so sorry if I overlapped people. I didn't even look.
I have no idea what else is happening.
I know. I haven't streamed in so long that I'm like, damn it. Like I know specific ones that are like every single week at specific times, but then I think as a camp, everyone's like popping up here and there, so I can't keep track.
Yeah, camp there's always millions.
Still working on my gargoyle shifter queen. Ooh, that already sounds amazing. She just murdered another gargoyle. Nice. I'm finishing this reread for a live discussion on Deidre's channel. Nice. I'm not participating in camp, but I am working on the third book in your series. Yay! Oh, you're gonna do a fast release. Okay. Yeah, I did that with the series with Hina.
Yeah, the vampire one.
Yeah, it wasn't much of a difference for me in terms of releasing them once a year as opposed to releasing them fast. But again, marketing, I think, you know. I'm 2/3 through the second erotica novel of a trilogy. Nice. Crossing fingers to finish it and begin the third book. Ooh, yes.
Very cool.
Everybody's saying hi to each other. Okay, yes. Here's Regina says, yes, everyone's overlapping. I didn't want to miss you. Well,
that used to be me. I used to get everything. Yeah.
It's just like, it's fine. There's 3 streams going on. All right, it's fine. I'm sorry. You know what? The fact that we can plan, you're in tomorrow. You're in my tomorrow right now. I'm in your yesterday.
Yeah.
We found a time that we could both meet.
Well, this is also like the first time we've been able to outside of something like, I don't know, some worldwide writer.
I know. That was the thing.
Had a day job. So every time you were streaming, I'd be at work, and I'm like, damn it, this time would work if I didn't have a job.
Gonna make it happen.
And now I don't. So yay.
Yes. How does that feel? Is it good?
It's so good. Yeah, it's so good. Like, it's nice having money, but it's nicer having 2 p.m. naps every day.
Time. Well, yeah, but time. Yeah, to really do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I remember that when
there's been a lot of issues with just sorting out like Centrelink and stuff. It was supposed to be a really clean transition, and then something like screwed up at the 11th hour, and it's been an issue ever since that still hasn't been sorted. So that's been very frustrating. But overall, just having my time back, so good. And
I know.
yeah, getting to really focus in on business stuff and shows, and starting to be able to like actually have like artistic commitments. Like every Friday I'm going down and running like an in-person write-in at my friend's like Actors Guild, and that's where I've gotten most of my work done for Nano this month.
That's awesome.
Like, because I won't write for most of the week, and then I'll go in, we'll have 2-hour session, and I'll write like 2,000 words or something. And it's like,
this is amazing.
Yeah, it's really good.
All right. Well, let's do a let's do one of those things that we came here to do. What are they called? Sprints.
Sprints.
I can't even come up with a word. I think this is a problem. So what are you thinking for the first one? You thinking 20?
Why not do a 22?
22, or like 2, all the 2s? Yes. Okay. Let me get that. Okay, I have to share it, don't I? That would be helpful probably to actually.
I mean, I would suggest doing a 1984, but I don't know how that would go down.
Listen, with you on the screen, come on. You know what? You should just. What does it end up being to 1984? It ends up being 2024. Okay, that's right.
Yeah, I just like watching it change. It's very satisfying. So I actually do impossible number sprints on my channel whenever I'm streaming, which is like, or when I'm streaming on Twitch, which I haven't done in ages. Like, I deliberately try and do numbers that don't work just because I like watching the change.
It is fascinating because obviously when you had when I fell for it, being one of the like probably the only one that fell for it. But
oh no, I got Kate good. I got Kate very good.
You did? Okay, good.
Well, I got some other people who I don't know.
Because it kept, you keep getting to the frustrated point where you're like, I don't know why it's not working, and that you never accept that there's not 84 seconds. It's so funny how your brain can immediately just go to 100 because we're so used to doing a different,
Yeah.
cutoffs.
I think the only person who it didn't actually work on was Emily Bourne.
Oh, of
And
course.
I have a
Of
feeling that
course.
might have been. I think she might have had the advantage of being at one of the other streams where I got someone else.
Oh, okay.
So she might have been forewarned.
I don't
But
know,
if
man.
it makes you feel better, the first people that we got was ourselves because we tried to do it, and then we were just like, "Why isn't this working?"
Oh my god, that does make me feel better.
Laughing for 5 minutes. So yeah, I think it was me and Danny who did it the first time, and we're just like, what are we doing? And then I realized, like, after about 30 seconds, and just lost it laughing, and he was like, what? And I was like, there's only 60 seconds to a minute.
Oh my god,
it was
okay.
hilarious.
That makes me feel
But
much
yeah.
better, actually.
Yeah. And then I turned it into the best prank I've ever
I know, it worked with everybody. Oh my god, me especially.
It was so good.
All right, so let's do this. Ready, set,
Let's go.
Start. Oh my God, that scared me so bad. Oh, how'd you do?
Well, I dived back into the Project Space universe. There's a timeline thing that I know I wrote probably like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
I have no idea which notebook it's in. And so far, like it could be, let's see, not those two. Well, it actually could be in those two, actually. It could be in any of these.
Oh, no.
I don't know which one it's in. I think it's in one that's this size. So I've been going through, I thought it was in the current one. The current one being this one. Wait, actually, no, this is the previous to current one. This is now the new one because that one ran out of space. Ironically, for it being a Project Space notebook. I know I wrote it down and I need it for easy reference, but I can't find where it is.
Oh.
It's not in this one. I just checked that one. And it's not in this one. It's also not in the actual draft printout of the manuscript, which I was like, oh, maybe it's in there.
Maybe it, yeah.
I thought maybe there'd be notes in here, but I can't find the right spot. I know what section of the book I was working on when I realized I needed to change it, because I changed it from like 5 days to like 5 hours. So I had like a time breakdown of like what time it is, and then there's like edits that I needed to go through to change the description from day to night or early morning or things like that. And I can't find it, and I don't want to do it again because then I'll have to change all the references again. And I know that I did it and actually like went through in detail. I just can't remember the exact time breakdown that I had. Yeah, so that's fun.
Well, hopefully in the next spring you can find it.
Yeah. Well, I was looking in the project notebooks and then I was like, wait, what if it was actually just one of those random pages where I do one page of notes in my everything notebook and don't remember to put it back across? Chances are that's exactly where it's going to show up.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. It'll be like in the most random, like, you'll be like writing about this one thing forever and then there'll be a page where it'll be right there.
Yeah.
That's how mine
on the plus
all
side, though, going back through my everything notebooks, I've remembered a lot of project ideas that were in there that haven't been executed yet. See, like, this is my everything notebook, and then there's just a double page opening on Project Space. And I'm like, I hope that wasn't important. I don't even know what it is. Oh yeah. It's not the timeline, but it's something else. Oh, it's opening heist notes. We
got new people coming in. We got hi, Michael.
We did.
And it's on InkKit. Oh, what is that? I don't know what InkKit is. Because I was saying I wanted a beta for, because she had written, I don't know if you read that, she had written like a excerpt from when she was actually taking out the gargoyle. And then so I was all like, oh, I want a beta read that. And she was saying it's posted on InkKit. Okay, I'll have to check that out. I'll Google it. We got Emily. Hello, Emily. Hello. Yay. Yeah, she's crazy busy, man. Just being so productive. How dare her?
Yeah.
Writing
all the books, doing all the things.
I know. I've lost so many notes because I didn't know I wrote it. I know.
Yeah.
I was looking for something the other day.
I went back through my phone notes recently and found a heap of stuff.
Oh yeah, I do that too sometimes, where it's like you're out somewhere and you're like, I have to write this down.
Yeah.
But I did pretty well. I worked on the screenplay. I'm basically trying to convert, I don't know, re-edit, I don't know what the word is, but I wrote the screenplay like in 2005, but it was kind of technology based. And so obviously it's very outdated now. So I need to switch not only the big arc of what the bad guys are after, like in terms of the heist type thing, but also just the way that it happens, because it's all also very outdated, which means I also have to research. So that's what I'm going to do next sprint. I am going to research in detail, like crypto vaults and cryptocurrency. I've kind of got a good handle on, but it's the actual crypto vaults that I need to make sure I've got all the, even if I have the basics, because then I can just have Stefan read it and he can fix whatever's wrong.
Yeah. I had during that sprint, like, it's something that I've considered, and I was like, no, I don't want to do that because Altered Carbon did that, and that's like copying basically, or stealing.
Oh,
like,
I hate that.
It's not stealing. It's not like,
Yeah.
it would work really well, and it would work in a different way. Because it's something Renee suggested. Because I've got like a torture scene probably like 15-20% of the way into the book.
Okay.
Where everything starts going wrong. It's the fun point. And it was really funny. I've got a screenshot on my phone which could be just posted out of context with the caption, "How to know you're in a group chat with either writers or serial killers."
I know, right?
Because it's just me complaining, like, oh, fucking Google search results are like giving me absolutely no useful information, because I Googled what's the easiest way to make someone scream, and all that came up was like heavy metal singing tips.
Well, you know.
Which has evolved into like a current obsession anyway, because I'm like, oh, I
Right.
want to learn how to do that so that I can combine a weird Tim Minchin style comedic song with like metal scream. That would be hilarious. Anyway, I've got this scene, and Renee suggested, which was an idea I'd considered and sort of discarded, doing, because I've got like mind read tech and like virtual reality technology. She's like, why don't you use some of that for the thing? And so I just had the thought during that, I was like, oh, that would solve a lot of problems if I did that. Because one of the things that I have the problem is, like, which I think a lot of writers do, is like, you beat up your characters quite a lot, and then they have to finish the book without completely collapsing and being in a coma for a week.
Right.
And so I've had to go back through and remove a lot of injuries from the book, just be like, there's no way she'd physically be able to get there.
But see, that's why, like, in my books, they found like some, potion or whatever, and then it's not like, oh, I'm healed.
I do that a little bit. I have done that. The other thing I've done is knock the character out for several days.
Yes, I've done that too.
That's a good one. Where nothing's happening. The other things I've done is changed like a brute force knockout to a stun gun, with with just using the sci-fi magic that stunners have been invented to the point where it won't have a serious lasting effect. So you can wake up and just have like a hangover.
That's perfect.
So, because one of the things in the current notebook, which is now at the bottom of the pile, I've been trying to assemble like the Galactic Codex story Bible things, and I've just started making a list of stuff that I need for easy reference, and one of them is a KO tracker for relevant characters.
Oh, nice.
Like, so that I can keep track of who's getting like knocked out, and make sure that I'm not like ending up with characters that should have permanent brain damage or something like that.
Yes, I actually had to do that on my recent script because I lost track, because basically, a lot of people, it's like a thriller horror, so a lot of people die, right? And I was losing track of who and when, and injuries, like you said, like, okay, this person got stabbed in the leg. Okay, so they're going to be limping. Like, this person got stabbed in the arm. They're going to be like this. And I had this whole freaking list where I had to keep referring back to, okay, what's her, she got hit in the head. Okay, got it. And it was just like, okay, they're dead. Like, they can't fight him again. He's dead already, like, and it's just like, but it's really helpful just to have like this little sheet. It's not a sheet. It's like on my computer, but like, and I'm starting one right now as we speak for this script, because names, I forget who's who. And when you're talking about a crew of people coming in, I'm not going to remember their names. Some of them aren't that, it's like Die Hard. You wouldn't remember every single terrorist's name. You have to, like, you know what I mean? You kind of have to write it down. So yeah, no, those are really helpful, because I forget too, and I'm all like, "Oh, wait, I think this person, like, literally, like, has a giant" like, my lead had gotten her arm bit, but, like, it's like, I need to
Then it's
yeah,
never mentioned again. Yeah.
right, and
I
so
have
yeah.
that. The most recent realization I had was I was trying to write a scene. These are the most chaotic scenes to write, when you've got 6 people having a conversation, debating a topic, trying to figure out a plan.
Yeah.
And so I was trying to go through and differentiate various things about the characters in the scene, so that I could then apply that to the dialogue as like a filter over the dialogue to adjust things and make it more obvious who's saying what. And I was doing all of this, and I got to the end, and I was like trying to figure out like where each character was coming from. And then I realized one character that I've got being really like sassy and snarky through the entire scene has literally just woken up from being knocked out. And I was like, well, that changes things.
Right.
They probably are just like,
oh my God, get me
oh
like,
God, can we
like,
get on with it?
yes,
So
it's
now
so
I need to go
true.
through and change that. But like, it's nice realizing that now and not after the book is like out.
Yes. Oh my
Like,
God.
you can fix so many
You can
things.
fix it. Yes, and it's easy. It's an easy fix. So it's like,
It's an easy fix.
yeah,
And it's kind of
100%.
fun as well.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
wait,
it actually kind of makes you feel more connected to your story. Uh-oh, did you find it?
Wait, I think I found it.
Oh,
I think I found it.
ah!
Yes. Here we go. Let's see. Court 1:20 a.m. 1:25 missed. Yeah, this is it. Okay, 1:40 interrogation. 2 to 3 a.m. dropping off that thing. Yeah, so it's all happening because there's like the main point that I need, like the condensed part of the timeline, is for sort of from a couple of chapters in to maybe almost halfway through the book, which is all one day or like it starts like early the evening before. And goes through to the next evening timeline wise.
Okay.
And it's where they're doing like a heist. Shit goes wrong. Main character gets caught. Then a whole lot of stuff happens. The crew is sort of splintered, and I've started bringing in multiple point of views in later drafts. So now I'm adding in a few more points of view in this section. But there's a lot that happens, and then they've got a deadline to like do the heist, and then the ship needs to get out of like get off the planet by a certain time, like early in the morning with like a freight line. That's their way out. So I've got like a very tight timeline where I need to know the time exactly, how long everything is taken. And it's like a miniature odyssey for the main character trying to get back to this ship before it leaves. So fuck yes. Found it.
All I have to keep track in my books is who said what nasty thing. Yeah, I know, right? You're like, wait a minute.
I have an insult tracker.
Didn't you just say something really horrible to that person? It's like, oh yeah, I did. Oh crap. I don't think she'd be so nice to you right now. His character gasping, "This is a serious injury, Becca. You can't make it to chapter 12?" Yeah, pretty much. I'm like, hey, it's just a bite, get a rabies shot. I don't know.
Just a scratch. It's only a scratch.
A fresh wound. Well, do you want to do another? Oh, I was gonna say,
let's do it.
Okay, but what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, Emily was talking about keeping track of who says nasty things. I have an insult and like nickname tracker where I just I have a list of various insulting nicknames, and then next to it which character it's referring to. Most of them is just one character from another character, and then a couple is in reverse, and then a couple is like more adorable nicknames.
That's fantastic.
But yeah, I realized I was really overusing the word asshole in one of the first drafts, so I was like, let's come up with some alternatives, shall we?
Yeah, isn't that funny how you hold on to one like swear word or something and you're thinking, okay, I don't even know why.
It's a good placeholder, but I like coming up with some more inventive alternatives because that is so much fun.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Do we want to just do another two? Keep up with the twos?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, ready, set, and go.
Let's go.
time I was ready.
Boom.
I was like, I'm not gonna let that go off. How'd it go?
Good. I started transcribing a timeline, and I ended up with a paragraph of a certain character's reasoning on a certain point that probably is in the wrong spot now. But it's I don't know if I know I've gone through it before, but I don't know if I had it written down anywhere, and sort of just problem solving, working out in my head as well is useful. And relevant to the timeline because it justifies certain steps happening in a certain order, I think. So that's nice.
Yeah.
So it's trying to justify character taking not the most effective steps for the purposes of revenge.
Right.
So it's like you could have just like gone and like taken the ship and arrested everyone, but then you'd be under the scrutiny of like the legal law enforcement, and you want to do stuff that's slightly outside of that. So so they take alternate means to get to them when they could have just gone and like done it the easy way, but it wouldn't have been as satisfying.
Right. Yeah. And then it's like, plus it's like, you know, when you're writing it too, you're just like, you know, you want to have fun, you know, so it's all like, well, I could do it this way.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I think because I'm giving them a point of view, I think it's going to help because I can be like, I can show their reasoning so that people maybe don't get annoyed when you're like, well, why didn't they just do this? And it's like, well, yeah, they could have, but they're kind of mad at the moment and they probably didn't make the most logical decisions.
Right, exactly. And that's the other thing too. It's all like when people like emotions are running high, it's not like you make the best decisions, you know, in a normal situation. But we had Miss D join us. Hello. And it looks like Maggie had to go. A family just got home from KC and now need to pack them and feed them. Well, thanks for joining, Maggie. Let's see here. My kids got home from a zoo date, with their auntie, so I didn't get much done. Kids had a great time, though. Yay! So it's a win. Yay. I'm working on some client website copy rewrites refresh, so it's fun. Oh, that's kind of nice, though. I kind of like when I have work like that. Yeah, I did okay. I'm kind of mapping out a heist myself, but for the bad guys, you know.
Nice.
So I need to work that out first before the good guy can stop them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, 'cause I had it all worked out in the original draft, but like I said, it's like now that wouldn't even be happening. So so I gotta
first drafts are where the stuff makes no sense once you realize. First drafts are for picking apart and being like, actually, this is why that wouldn't work.
Exactly. And this was written in 2005, so it's just like, or maybe even earlier, I can't remember. So yeah, so I just need to switcheroo, which I think I did. I found some good research that kind of got the juices going on where I think it will be. It's so funny when you look back on something that you've written so long ago that like a lot of the sort of cliches that were out in, like, this is a screenplay, so like out in movies at the time that obviously I liked, and I'm just like, no, I got to get rid of that. So it's kind of nice bringing new life to a fun concept. I just figure since I'm entering all these contests, I might as well have, literally someone's tried to open my door. I think they got the wrong, I'll be right back.
Taking over the stream.
Why are you trying
how did everyone else do on that sprint? Well, Becca discovers which strange person is at the door.
Well, they're like, oh, wrong one. Oh, okay. Oh, no problem. He literally just kept trying to get into my apartment. I'm all like,
still like the wrong floor or something with the right.
it was the
number
wrong
maybe?
apartment. Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He was like one number off. But you know, it's weird. You'd be amazed at how many times people stick their keys in our door
Yeah.
and try to get in. And it's just like they're obviously not trying to get in. They think they're at another apartment. But it's like, it's so funny because it's just like, it's kind of scary when you're in the apartment because you're like, why are you trying to get into my apartment? But then as soon as you open the door, they're like, oh my God. Like, you know, it's never dangerous.
It's like when you almost like try and get into the wrong car, like because
Yes.
it's the same sort of car that you have, and then you're like, something's wrong here. Wait, what?
Yes.
My dad told me. So we used to have an old Toyota, and the thing about Toyotas is like once you've had them for like 10, 15 years, the keys wear down, and you can use any worn down Toyota key on any Toyota car and pretty much get in and start it.
Oh,
and
no.
Dad, back like 20 years ago when we were living in Healesville, Dad went down to the bakery and then he got back in the car and then was like, I don't remember having this. And then he realized he'd like gotten in and almost driven off in the wrong car, and it was parked directly in front of our actual car. But it was like exactly same car, same model.
Oh my God.
And it was just like, I think there was like a seat cover or something on that he was like, hang on, that seems different. And he was just like, he got out, locked the car, got into the right one and drove off. I was like, thank God they didn't come back.
Oh my God, they would have been like, someone's stealing my car. Like, no, I swear it's not. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Yeah, Michael.
The
take a Toyota, leave a Toyota.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so funny. I am working on organizing my work area. Be great when I get done. Yeah, that's so important, man. I constantly like my work area turns very messy very quickly. And then I don't want to work in it anymore. It's weird how that is.
Yeah. So my framing at the moment, my room looks great.
Yeah.
If you go down, if you tilt the camera down, it's like 50% is nice and neat. The other 50% is chaos. It's like I don't know if I want to actually tilt it down, but I might just for the comedic value because it's it's kind of astounding how much
oh my God. Oh,
it's like the biggest plot twist.
It is because you see this beautiful ceiling above you and the light coming down. You're like,
they have no idea.
Like chaos.
But it's like I've started filming and trying to piece together like a video about ADHD, like since getting diagnosed a few weeks ago, or a month ago. I don't know. It's been a little while.
Yeah.
Just over a month. Yeah. And one of the things is like the way that I vlog a lot of the time, I'm very good at vlogging to hide like how messy my space is.
Yeah.
Just by camera angles. And so one of the things I'm doing in that is just like, lovely shot. That's what's underneath.
This
like
is
a metaphor for my entire life. But yeah, it is. There's still some boxes from moving. Like I moved in 6 weeks ago.
Because it always
a lot
feels
of stuff has been unpacked, but a lot isn't still.
Yeah. I get like I'll go through like a whole clutter and then I do a full clean, and then it's like I always tell myself, remember how this feels, because it feels so good. And yet, you know,
it never lasts. No.
I know.
I'm trying to find ways to sort of have organized chaos. So like have designated piles that are contained.
Right.
I think that might work a bit better.
Yeah, do it in sections. That always helps.
Yeah, I've been meaning to tidy my desk for a while. I haven't. It's more organized on this side.
Okay.
But there's like a stack of notebooks now. there's a pile of sticky note style like notes. There's a pile of I don't even know.
We can't see any of it.
Yeah, it's out of frame. There's like the pile of random stuff, stationery, art supplies, very neatly, chaotically stacked. Pile of notebooks, other pile of notebooks. Pile of picture frames and stuff that I haven't found a place for since moving back, and then a pile of notes that I need to sort and like deal with, but I haven't yet. And I just know that if I need any of it, it'll be in that pile. I say that, and now I realize there's a huge fallacy in that it's probably not going to be in that pile for the one thing that I need.
I know, of course not.
But yeah, it's
and
a process.
And yes, all writers are clutter bugs, I think. It seems we have to clear up books and papers and coffee cups with frequency unsurpassed by non-writers. Yeah.
I actually only have today's coffee mug on my desk at the moment, and I was legitimately surprised. I was expecting there to be one that was like 3 days old, but I must have moved that out yesterday. Go me.
Well, Michael says that you're practically an illusionist.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Barely contained chaos.
That's right. I got Snake sitting right here on the floor.
Oh, hello.
Can I get the oh, whoa.
Hey, Snake.
There he is.
Oh, hello, kitty.
I'm trying to get him in his little spot.
Oh, he's so cute. He's so cute.
I still have that package I'm supposed to send you. It just reminded me because I saw a little they still have those stupid COVID
I still have the one for you, but I don't know where it is anymore.
That's okay. I mean, I literally had
it.
I have one for you and Tosh.
And then I misplaced it since I've moved, and I keep every time I'm unpacking, I'm like, where the fuck is it gone?
You know what? Maybe by the time you find it, the restrictions will be down, and then we'll both be able to.
Then we'll be able to do it. Yeah, maybe by next camp. Which is, it was like a year ago.
I was gonna say, I think it actually will have been like a year. I know.
By the time we get it to each other, it'll be like 2 years.
Which honestly goes like that.
Yeah.
That's true. See the clutter, and it feels like when you clean the clutter in your space, then all of a sudden, like the outline comes. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe that's psychological.
One of the problems I have at the moment is that I haven't relocated my laundry basket since moving, so now the floor is my laundry basket.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I feel like that happens.
Like once I do washing, it'll be fine. But
yeah.
I haven't done that yet.
Everyone says hi, Snake.
Hey, Snake.
The reason why I had to turn off the camera in the middle of that last sprint was because he's got like this internal clock where he knows exactly what time treats are. So it was like I looked up at the time because he's like begging, and I'm like, what? And then I'm like, oh. All right, well, it's a good thing we're sprinting. I can actually give him. So now he's in his content, loaf, bread loaf position after treats. Well, let's do. You want to do another one, or what are you thinking? You want to do another one?
Yeah, let's do another one. I think my internet just sort of had a little bit of a
little
seizure, but hopefully it's still fine. I haven't had any messages. Just was like for a second.
I mean, it's good on my end.
Yeah, let's do another one.
All right, let's do it.
Because
let's just stay with the.
I'm getting stuff done. Getting back into this book.
Yay! I know.
I finally started like a proper file for the like all of the notes stuff, so that I can actually have two open at once and have it for reference. So.
I love that. I'm telling you, this like saved my life. Those freaking reference sheets.
Yeah, I've needed to do them for the last 3 years.
Yeah, I know. I'm actually doing one right now too. So helpful. Tip. Tip from the stream, reference sheets. Ooh, I said the
Yes.
other way, reference shits, you know, those work too.
Reference shits. Yeah.
All right, ready, set, and start.
Let's go.
So loud.
It always comes through because I've got Falling in Reverse playing in my headphones, like when I'm writing.
Oh.
And so it's like I'm not a vampire. Beep, 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 beep.
You're like, wait a minute, is that part of the song?
Yeah, I'm like, oh, time to pause.
So how did that go?
Very good. I'm
Okay.
supposed to be writing a timeline. Instead, I am basically writing the timeline and figuring out all of the little plot details related to this part of the timeline and fixing stuff and making it better. So that's great.
That's great. Yeah.
It's all just like figuring out what information certain characters need to have for things to make sense and for stuff to work, and how they get that information without it being in a way that causes issues for what I have later on in the plot. So I think I solved a fun logic detective thing, which was nice. Like how one character works out where the ship is so that then they know where the ship is so they can send someone after out to the ship.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love it when things fall together.
It's really fun as well when like you come up with a technology, right? And you've only got it used in like one part of the book in the first couple of drafts. And then in the later drafts, you come up with all of these ways to fix problems in the plot by using the technology in different ways. And I'm just like, oh, it's so satisfying.
No, and then later you can be like, oh yeah, I did that all on purpose, of course, when I first came up with it.
Yeah, this is why it takes me so long to finish anything. Because it goes through like 10 different logic hole drafts.
It's worth it.
But no, it's really fun too.
Yay. Well, I did pretty good too. I finished my naming chart. And like I said, it's been like 20 years since I read the script. So I didn't realize that the two security guards were working for the bad guys. I was like, oh, because I have like a list of the bad guys and the good guys. I was like, oh, were the security guys helping? And then I'm all like, oh, no, they're evil too. It's cool. But so I'm kind of discovering things about the draft, but then also, weirdly, I'm not having to change. Like, I mean, even though I wrote this in like, I guess I wrote this right when iPhones came out because oh no, you know what? I'm remembering now. I did a rewrite again. So this is my third rewrite because I remember updating because I had just had like I think I had what did I have? I think the first version I had of this was like a Razor, you know, the flip phone, the Razor, because that was popular back then. And then I made it to an iPhone later. So now, and I bet you the iPhone I have in this is like the archaic iPhone. So I'm probably gonna have to.
It's the OG.
Yeah, which is kind of nice. It kind of gives you more freedom to do a lot that you wanted to do, you know? But
yeah, that's always the trouble of like specific time settings.
Yeah, for sure. But we are at the 2-hour mark. Wow, we did it.
That flew.
It did. Oh my God. But I got a lot of work done. Like I was half thinking I was gonna because it's, you know, evening here. So I was half thinking usually I'll like sew in the evening and write during the day. So I was like, okay, well maybe I'll like cut out some fabric and whatever. But then I'm all like, nah. But I'm so glad I did it because I got so much work done. And you found your thing in your notebook.
I was like, I'm not sure what I'm gonna work on.
It's morning for you though, right?
I had. It is. It's like 11 a.m. now.
Okay. So you've got
I've gotten so much done. I'm like, shit, I should do the morning stuff more often. I'm getting so much done.
I know.
Yeah, but like, I think the reason I found it was because I realized, what if it's not in the project notebook and it's in my everything notebook? That's where it was. And I know why now as well, because I'm pretty sure the reason it's in this is because I was at work.
Right.
When I would have been going through, and that's why, because I was looking in this one and I was like, oh, maybe it's in here. I vaguely remember it in relation to a part of this. And I went through, it's not in here. And I was like, wait a second. What if it's in the everything notebook? when I was looking at all the various notebooks it could be in. And I know why. Now that I've found it, I know exactly why it's there. Because I
You're
had
like right
this.
there. You're like, oh yeah.
Every day this was coming into work with me, and on my half-hour lunch break I'd be sitting reading through, like scribbling in it.
Right.
And every now and then I would write, like have an idea and like write down a page of notes.
Right.
But I mustn't have had the right notebook with me. I would have just had this because I was just writing notes directly into it. And so I just pulled out what was my notebook at the time and wrote the entire page.
It's such a relief when you find it too, because otherwise it's just like your brain constantly is trying to remember where the heck it is. And it's all nice and neat, and you remember putting every detail that you needed in it, and you're like, I just need to find it.
Yeah. I was like, I don't want to try figure this out again because I remember writing down the exact times it worked. And now I have them.
Yes.
And so now I'm digitizing it, and the digitizing has turned into lots of notes that I'll have to move somewhere else for a scene that'll be from the villain. Well, it's not really a villain. It's like the villain in this plot line character. Yeah. One of the more psychotic characters. who's like, yeah. It's like if you've read the Shades of Magic series by Victoria Schwab.
No, I haven't.
She has a character called Holland who's basically fulfilling like the main antagonist role in a lot of the things, but you get his POV as well and like relate to his POV, so it's like it's cool.
Well, I've never read anything of hers, and everyone always talks so highly about her. So maybe I should I check her out? You think I'd like that?
Yeah, I think you would. Yeah, I only just started reading it like the last, I think, since Addie LaRue came out. That was the first one. I still haven't finished that. To go back and read it. We did it for book club, and then I did the Shades of Magic series. And there's a bunch of others of hers that I haven't read yet that I'm planning to pick up, but. Shades of Magic shot up to one of my favorite series. It's just like so much fun. It's so much fun. It's it's a fun read. Yeah. I'm doing like second read through of them now, I think, because we're doing them for book club. And I read them independently before, and then I was like, let's do this before book club, and so reread.
Well, I'm speaking of book club. That's I do one with my mom because just to get her to read more, and we're finishing up our book and we're looking for it. So maybe I shall suggest this one.
There's a series of 3, and now she's working on a second series of 3 in the same universe with some of the original characters and some new characters, I think. And I think she posted this morning actually that she just finished the first draft of the first book, and it came in at 170,000 words, and I was like, oh, I want to read this.
You're like, yes, more words the better.
Yeah. I'm also like, how do people write that much? But also I probably have in the last
I'm sure you have. Yeah, I mean that's how Kilkeo, the reason why I keep putting Kilkeo Peak off, or now, sorry, Firefall Mountain. I've changed it so it's easier to say. But it just keeps getting longer, and I'm all like, this thing's gonna be 200,000 words when I'm done. I'm just like, so I'm just putting it on hold. Hold.
My current like draft file is on 48,000 words that are actually like ticked as in, but I know like I came up with a whole new opening sequence recently that's going to be another few thousand words. It's an extra like 2 or 3 chapters worth of words. There's the whole, and there's missing sections from the end that I just haven't written
so you're gonna
yet.
be like,
them, but I haven't written. So it'll probably be like, once I add some POVs and add all the missing sections, probably around 75k, I think. So that's still good. Like a tight sci-fi, but
that's how the Atlas books are. They're all 70 to 80k. Yeah.
It's very fast paced. Yeah,
I like it,
which helps.
Yeah.
Oh
all right. Well, we're gonna Regina and Michael having a conversation. Are you reading or writing this evening? Is she talking to us or to Michael? I think Michael, but we did both. Well, I'm going to be doing both. I always read at night before I go to bed.
I really
playing video games.
Otherwise I'm up till 2 a.m.
I know. Well, reading makes me sleep. I love reading, but it just uses that part of my I think because I read so slowly that it's just using so much energy that it's like, so I usually read a little bit before I go to bed and then when I wake up in the morning. That seems to be my good reading times.
Yeah. For me, it's potluck, whether it helps me get to sleep or I accidentally stay up till 4 a.m. because
Right.
I have to finish the book.
I have done that before. Yeah. Where you're just like,
Yeah.
and then you're just like, oh, now I can't sleep at all the whole night.
Yeah.
Oh.
Emmy's book, when I was reading that a few weeks ago, definitely made me very tired in the mornings a few days in a row.
Okay.
Because I was just like, I just need to keep reading.
I have to finish. I have to finish.
Which came out yesterday for us. Well, today for you, yesterday.
No, I was gonna say today for us because it's the 13th for us today. 13th. So
yeah, it's out. You can go get it.
Go get Emily's book.
Also, yeah, if you're looking for something to add to your book club, highly recommend.
Oh, yes. My fellow Aries.
It's really good. Yeah. For anyone who likes the like sort of like dark fantasy with like a bit of romance that's like not a toxic
I like that. My
mom
mom might not. Yeah. But yeah.
The romance is sort of like the same as you would in any other regular science fiction fantasy book, in that it's like it's not the main plot, but it's a significant like thing within the story. Right. But it's really well done. I was reading it and been like, damn, like, because we have a group chat, we've gotten to the point where like we can be honest if something is shit, and I was like, I know I said I'm gonna be honest, but there's not really much I can do.
That's amazing.
So that was really cool. But
that's awesome. I know, because that's always rough, you know. I always get nervous when I get my script or books or whatever beta, just because you're just like, you just never know.
Well, yeah, and I always try to find the balance of like, if there's stuff that I feel like isn't working or not, like that I don't like, I'm like, I'm not going to be a dick about it, but I'll try and find a way that I can like break it to them gently, but still be like, I don't think this works.
It's not working. It is not working.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we are taking. I'm just only because Stefan is like not behind me, but you can't see him on camera. But we're it's dinner time.
It is dinner time. Yes, gotta eat.
Yes, but thank you guys so much for joining, and we definitely have to do this more often, except like it's not just once a year.
I don't know what my calendar is like for the rest of the month, but we can chat.
Oh, that's true. Well, we're still in camp. You know?
Yeah. I might be able to do an odd Monday because there's a couple of public holidays.
Okay, gotcha.
Although Monday would be Sunday night for you. So
Sunday.
Work.
Yeah, I don't. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. But
all right, guys.
Holidays.
Thanks for coming. Bye.